I'm live. We're here, so I can try and get me on here. Put him up. And we should be live. Brilliant. Get the chat up. Wow. Just waiting for a few to all come in. We've got one watcher at the moment, which is good. Let's see. Got these here. Hi, Mr. Burb. How are you, Mr. Burb? Finn the Modeler, nice to see you. Nice to see you in the chat. Sorry, it's a bit of a late one. The wife is upstairs, basically doing a book club. Let me just move this over a tad. That's better. Right, who have we got? So we've got 9 watching at the moment. Hi, Island. I'll see Duke. Nice to see you. The Taxi Man 86. Hi, and hello, Plastic Monkey. Wow, there you are. My little bit on the cocky. Let's just make sure we get that in there. That's perfect. That's the way I like it. So as you know, I'm building this, the Airfix Vintage Classic Concorde, and you will notice that it's a lot darker because I've given it a coat of primer. I am a user of the acrylic primer from Humbrol, and the shop I went to, Buffer's Model Shop, Buffer's Model Railway Shop in Axminster, didn't have any, but they said give this a try, which was the Army Painter uniform grey. Allegedly this is the bollocks. This is the dog's bollocks, apparently. So I've decided to try it out. I'm going to do a video on it, do a review on it. I have built what I would call a test model to do a proper video on this to see what it's like. It's a little bit dark because it's been painted white, so the uniform grey is a little bit dark, as you can see if you look at the colours here. In the shop when I was seeing it, I saw it in a different light. The Humbrol primer is roughly what size it is? What size is the can? 150 ml, and that's £7. Or you can buy 400 millilitres for £11.99 for £12. So there's more bang for your buck with this stuff. As I said, but it is a little bit dark because you're spraying this white. So it looks like I'm gonna have to give it a good old spray. I'm going to give it a couple of coats of the white gloss, which I've got in Humbrol. Over here, this is the white gloss I've bought to spray the Concorde with. I'm not using airbrush on this one. I am going to be using tins because I've fallen in love back in tins. I really have. You know, I've got the airbrushes, and you know, by the time I use them, you've got to clean them out, make sure they're all working, put it all away, mix the paint, blah blah blah. But when you're doing something which is just one color and then transfer, grab yourself some of this. You know, it's like, you know, and I just think it's the way forward. But so what I'm going to do is a video. I've got this old S&M models, which is the Vickers Viscount 800. It's a basic kit, which I've built, and then what I'm going to give this a coat of grey primer to see how it goes down on a model, and then film it, and then do a video, like do a review on this new paint, on this new primer. So like I said, I'm pretty much somebody who I do the Humbrol spray paints are bloody good. If you know they're crap, tell me the reason why they're crap. But when you want to do something quick, this is the stuff to go for. So I'm trying this Army paint. I've got another one as well that I bought. Right, all over the shop here. So when I went there, I got the Red Owls red because I'm doing a Red Owls for a friend. I also got the Red 19, which I'm going to be using for the Bugatti, the starter set Bugatti. I'm going to be doing that. So I've got this one as well, which is the Expo Light Grey Matte Acrylic Primer. So I'll be doing a video on that stuff as well. And also top myself up with some of the old Mr. Hobby, Mr. Surfacer 500 and 1200. And they didn't have any 1500, but that's something I've got to buy in the future. So I want to use it. I've only ever used it once back in the day, and that's somebody lent me some to try it out. And I just didn't really find the need of it. Let's go back into the chat and just say hello to James Mower. Nice to see you. Hiya, Plastic Alchemist. Good evening. Taximan 86. I'm going Buffers on Saturday. I'm seeing my uncle in Axman, so go and visit Buffers. Just say Moz sent you. All right. And and yeah, it's a great place. Even in there, if you've got my latest zine, I've been creating zines as well for the channel. If I can find my zine, what I'm doing my zine. So if you become a channel member, you get to see my zine. So I'm going to make these often. I'm going to do like one a month, and basically it's just a cut and paste fanzine, basically, with just some random stuff. There's an article in there about how Airfix took that picture of the HMS Tiger, the fact that they were trying to get hold of a helicopter. There's which I stole from Airfix magazine back in the 1960 that was. Bit of a pictures. This is my workbench. Something about what tools these are all the tools I use on a daily basis if I'm doing modeling. These are my go-to things. You got knife, tweezers, scissors, masking tape. I talk about the handy holder for my 3 Tamiya glues and my Michael Sew, and about the company that build it. And then there's an article here about the building of the Hurricane that I did for the channel. There's a video, and if you want to go see the video, just explains a bit the history behind the kit. It's a Sunday Telegraph giveaway. It just explains it all there. So there's and then the finished article there. Just told them, and then on the back is just a sticker, and I think that's basically. Oh yeah, that's right. A little bit about why I got the name Moz 6510. So if you want to read why the channel's called Moz 6510, it's in the zine. And then obviously I just put this on there, which is my 12 scale modeling laws. The 12 laws I live by when it comes to scale modeling. Number 6 is Airfix will release another fucking Spitfire and you will probably fucking build it, which is true. So yeah, that was my little thing. If you want to get a copy of this to download and print off yourself and have a read, become a channel member. And if you go into the community posts, you'll see the link. And if you haven't seen the link there, just message me on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever, and I'll send you the link if you become a channel member. Okay. Jonathan Rorex, hi there, nice to see you, mate. Peter Mayers, hi Moz, nice to see you too. Love that surface. Yeah, it's good stuff, mate. I used it a few years, but somebody lent me some. I used it. It's different thicknesses and that. So I'm going to try and start using it again. If I get like a kit that I think needs a bit more of a top coat. Jack Holloway, hi, nice to see you. Sarah J, hi, nice to see you too. How's the cars? Are you still building all your cars? James Mower, they've let you out of YouTube prison. Yes, basically the last live stream I did, I got a notification that they had put it the last live stream of the build as private, and there was no way of unlocking it. Now I called them up, I chatted to them on Messenger, on the chat messenger box they have. And what it was, because it said it was spamming. Oh, my channel was spamming or advertising crap, and it's rubbish, And the woman actually watched it. She said the person I'm speaking to at YouTube watched the video. There was no mention of spam or advertising and Bitcoin or nothing like that. And they turned and they said, but it's not, nothing I did wrong. Apparently there was a bug in the system, because as you know, when you get the email and it says the team have found it's not a team. YouTube, tell the truth, it's a bit of algorithm, it's a bit of code that's looking for certain things, and basically they yeah, knocked me off. But I'm going to put that I'm going to put that in my next zine. So the whole story behind that zine. And as you can see, when you print off, this is a printed off version. So get into your printer, and I've set it up on the actual mod on the PDF, so you can actually print it. So you put this one through first, and then you turn it over, and then put it through that way. So you have page, you know, so it does it all for you. And then you can print off your own zine, and then it'll be more and more coming, because I enjoyed making it. I think it was a bit of fun, and you know, and it helps me, you know, writing stuff, because I wrote, you know, I typed quite a bit and did a lot of cut and pasting, but it was all a bit of fun. So yeah, anyway, going back to the thing is, you know, within 2 days I got a notification saying that I could change it, and then it went to unlisted. Then I set it to private. But the annoying thing is that any revenue, any views were lost on that video. So it looks like it hasn't got that many views, which is a shame, really. But you know, that's what happens sometimes. You know, software doesn't always work. Anyways, right. Going back. The Taxi Man says, I'm literally building the Airfix Spitfire Mark 1 right now. Brilliant. Well, this is a Hurricane, actually. The one in the zine is the Hurricane that I built. Did I say Spitfire? Because it's a Hurricane. That's the Hurricane there. And there's the finished article there. So, okay. Evening, Kits and Bits. Hope you're well, my friend. Plastic Alchemist, my surfacer for me, one of the best. We'll have to get on and do a live stream and use it together, mate. That's what we'll have to do, get on a live stream. I am planning that, having 4 of us. I got StreamYards, or was it StreamYards? The one with the duck. I'll pay for that, so we can have 4 of us doing model building and just chatting shit, basically, and building a model. That'd be something for the future. Basically, you are a dodgy YouTuber and algorithm doesn't like you. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's true, Plastic Alchemist. Yeah, the woman was like really good. She goes, look, you know, you've got exemplary record. You do nothing dodgy, so that's good. What's that saying there? Soja, yep, still building cars, mods. Got 8 on the go at present. 8. Fair play to you, love. It's always have a kit on the go. Kits and Bits and Jono are talking to each other. And so Sarah Jane, and everyone is good. And yeah, got StreamYards after you mentioned it. Yeah, it's a good bit. So I pay for it, so you can have 4 and link up. But we could do that one night, lads. If you know, the YouTubers that are in like a Discord, there's a few YouTubers who are in a Discord, and we chat about YouTube and encourage each other to do more videos. Maybe we can do that then. We can have like 4 of us on a chat, or 5 of us on a chat doing model kit building. So, after all that pleasantries, we've got 14 watches. Give us a like, give us a share if you can. Yeah, so the Concorde has been given a dose of primer. Really happy with it. Looks all right. You can see this is the Army Painter. I've used that on this one. So it's a bit dark. But that's all right, because I've got plenty of white gloss. So we'll give this a good coat of white gloss. I'll powder it on first, give it a little powder coat, then go over it again, and then do a final gloss coat and make it nice and shiny. So this is what it looked like originally. That's the colour of it originally. So you can see the difference in the darkness there on this Concorde. And it's coming together well. There's a little blemish there that's really pissed me off. But you know what? I'm just going to leave it now, because I sanded this down a lot to make it nice. But there's a little blemish there. But I'm just going to leave it. But the actual primer's going on nice. It's got a bit of bite to it as well, so you know that when you put on that nice gloss coat, it is going to sit nice on top of the model, on top of the plastic. Brilliant plastic. You can, if we all download StreamYards, we can all do it. So tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit the engines, because the engines need fitting on here. Get them all nice and flat ready on top there. Just push them up a bit. Get them all done nice, and then this side as well, and then it can go over to the spray booth. Whoops, just take my hat off a minute. Take it over to the spray booth, and then give it a coat of primer on top of that. So, and I think I've got this wrong way around. That's right, that one goes there because there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. So that goes on there like that. I think that's right in it. So it comes off at an angle, doesn't it? 31. let's have a look at the instructions to make sure I got it right. So 31 is on the right. So I did have it right way around. So 31 on this side and 32 this side, innit? Yeah, 32 this side. So I did get it right. That's good. 31 and 32. Let's get these stuck in, shall we? Right. Make sure they're all lined up, which is cool. That's not going to go anywhere. Just a little bit of a lip out. So I want to push that back in a little bit to there. That's good. That's it. Make sure he's flat. And then we'll get the old glue out. And I'm quite happy with that. That's looking straight. That's straight on there. You've got a bit of a gap there in between where the legs go in. Looking good. And I think that's pretty much spot on there. So again, Tamiya extra thin cement right down that edge there. That edge there. This side. Nice good coat of it. And then it goes. And on this top edge there, I'll just put a little bit on there. That's it. Pinch together and then hope for the best. All right, back to the chat. Kits and bits, do it. Yeah, we will do it, mate. Maybe we could choose like a Thursday night or Wednesday. I can do Wednesday night, but I go swimming weld until 8:30. We can do Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock and do an hour and a half chat. And then get some bits together to talk about. If you want to do that. Perfect. So that's glued on. Happy with that. Just put a little bit more glue down this side here. Make sure it's proper glued in. Marvellous. Excellent. So there's the first engine on. I'm free whenever, mate. Just let me know when I'm good. Rightio, mate. Right, we'll say, because what I could do is I could set out some of the things, like, because I get a weekly newsletter. We could talk through the newsletter of any kits that are released and stuff. We could probably make it a really good, a good little insight. Indeed, my friend. Yep, plastic, you're good. A ghost seam. Don't sand it too hard. Yes, a ghost seam. That's what I was. Yeah, I made this model in the 1970s. Martin Ryder says, "Yep," and it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. If you're watching tomorrow night, it's I think I'll put it on about 6:30. There's, unless you're a channel member, which you can watch it already, there will be an unboxing of a vintage kit that I think you could make or re-release as a vintage classic if Airfix so wish to. So keep an eye out for that video tomorrow night. When I apply extra thin, I only put a dab on and let it run along itself. Yeah, you can do that, but it only goes so far, doesn't it? And because my eyesight's not the best, I like to physically bring, push the brush quite along. That's just something that I do. We should invite Airfix and show them how a live stream is done properly. Do you know what? Fair play to Dale and the team. They do a great job in what they're doing. Because remember, they're just behind the counter talking. They have techies behind them. And yeah, sometimes things go a bit AWOL. But yeah, fair play. They're very. I think they must have had an aircon unit, because there was a low hum in the one that they did, the live. Sarah J. Martin, I built it on release as well. The kit was in white plastic. Yes, it was. Yeah, somebody put that in scale, mate. It was white plastic. Yeah, most definitely. So, but we're almost getting to the bit where I started giving it the coat. Eddie Bird, nice one, Tam. No, Tamiya. That's Eddie Birdie. Nice to see you, Eddie Birdie. And welcome to the chat, Martin Ryder. You've got 25 people watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you've got any questions, give us a shout. It's all good in the hood. Right, just have a look at that. It's pretty solid, that now. Right, let's make sure this is all looking pucker. Push that in a little bit. Make sure he's flat against there. The actual nubs here are actually quite good. They position it quite well. You push it up there, and there's a little bit of movement. But you can feel that it goes into that right position. Just to push up a little bit. Cool. A little bit back. Whoops. There you go. That's where I want it there. Perfect. Tamiya, extra thin again. Just make sure it's a little bit over a little bit. I want to push him over a little bit. That's him. That's perfect. That's him. Got him. Quick dab, and away we go. All glued in. Turn them around into the light. Drop and run. So never be afraid to use the old Tamiya. Hey Eddie, he means Mimos. Is that Tam? Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I just twigged then when you just said that. Yeah, Tam, innit? Yeah, you changed your name, didn't you, as well? Your channel name. Plastimarcilissimo. Good job, regards from Chile. Nice to see you, my friend from Chile. Thanks for joining. Must be late there. You must be a couple of hours in front of us. Leave that to dry a minute. So yeah, it's all good. All good. Airfix have said today that their Brumbar tanks arrived in stock. I have left it on the channel. I put it on the channel. There's a link to if you want to buy it. When you get to nearly finished, the extra thin, what do you do with the little bit? Well, you do know that you can actually, with the brush head, you can actually, that there, can you see that? If you get a pair of tweezers, you can pull that out and make the brush a bit longer. Whoops, wrong one. There you go. Come on, out you come. Hang on, there's a way of doing it. Whoops, you can make the brush longer to get to the bottom of the, there you go, twist it a little bit. It's on camera? It's on camera. Just twist them out, make them a bit longer. You can actually push it through so that the brush is a bit longer. Just try and see it twists. And it comes. Come on. So you make that a bit longer. You used to be able to anyway. Come on. That's a fail. Come on, out you come. You can make the, apparently, well, you used to be able to pull that out a little bit longer. But obviously you can't. They've changed it. Well then, if that's the case, then what I would do is you're supposed to see that. Can you see that on the brush? There's like two, and you used to be able to pull that little bit at the end of the brush out, so you can make it a little bit longer to get to the bottom of the thing. But this one's jammed in there. I've got another one here. I wonder if that'll work on this one. This is a full bottle. This one. There you go. See, different length. You can see that. That's what I mean, like that. So you can adjust it to how big or how long you want it. Can you see that? So if you've got a little bit left, you can actually just put it in there so far, or you can push it in further. So you can change you can actually add or take away. See what I mean? So if you're at the end of it, you can make it a bit longer. That's the idea anyway. On that one, he's a bit stiff. But normally when I get to the end of it, sometimes just tip it in the other one as well. Top of the TE temperature jar with a new pot of Tommy as they overfill it. Fair enough. I pull the brush out and use it. That's a good idea. Use Humbrol paint pots in the day, no aerosol or airbrush. Yeah. Used Humbrol paint pots in the day, no aerosol airbrush. No, that's right, yeah. Mr. Bird, I finished the BAE Hawk Model 2. Fantastic. I've got to build one for a friend. He wants one done, so I'm going to build one for him. I'll make sprue goo with it. Yeah, that's a good plan. I am cutting more plastic down so that I can make my own sprue goo again. Is that pretty much glued in now? It's pretty solid, isn't he? He's getting there, isn't he? I think I'll just leave that for a minute to dry for a minute. I'm in the process. I've just written a script out. Well, I'm halfway through a script, I should say, about Humbrol enamel paints and why they're missing from the Airfix website, and basically, the story behind why you can't buy it at the moment. And it's basically there's a chemical in it called Mico, which I believe is it methyl ethyl ketramine or something like that, I think it's called. But I spoke to Revel, because Revel enamel was absolutely fine, but they jumped the gun a bit because they removed Mico from all their products in 2021. So 2 years ago they started changing it 2020, and by last year there was nothing being sold which had, there may be some old stock, but you can still use it. What they've basically reclassified the chemical as being may cause cancer to probably cause cancer or something like that. But there is a term. Let me just get the thing up a minute. Where is it to? I had it here. I had the actual wording. So where's the wording gone? There's actual wording to it. But I wrote it down somewhere. Somewhere I've written it down. What the actual wording was. It was quite simple. Basically it's the CLP, the Classification, Labelling and Packaging Regulation, regularly assesses and occasionally reclassifies chemicals. Mico is a popular anti-skidding agent extensively used in the paint industry and has been reclassified under CLP. The affected paint cannot be sold to the general public after the 1st of March 2022. There is no requirement to recall product from the end user. Anything that has been sold until that point was legal and safe to the consumer. So that's the reason why. But you can still use it, you just can't buy it. But let me tell you a little something. If you really are scared about this stuff, right, this paint, use a mask. Just be careful how you use it. Wear gloves, okay? It's not as if you're going to drop a bit of paint on your knob and your knob's going to fall off. It's not like that. But if you really want to know, I really want to see how, this all paints, just look at Tamiya. The warning signs on Tamiya, basically say that in the state of California, they know it to be carcinogenic. So, and most of, you can't buy panel line accent colour in this country, in the UK. If you want it, you got to get it from abroad. I get mine shipped from Japan because the chemical in it is classed as carcinogenic, and in theory it's banned in this country or in Europe. So it's one of them. I've got the whole range of LPs, lacquer paints. They're one of my favourite paints. There you go. This one here, Tamiya lacquer paint. Obviously, it's all in Japanese or Japanese word in there, so I can't read it. but there'll be a warning on there saying that it's carcinogenic in the state of California. These are found to use Humbrol enamel is remove lid, pour contents down the sink, throw in the bin, night, job done. I'll challenge you to use Humbrol enamels. Okay, they're not. I think we stick our nose up at them, but if you paint a model, I know it's the smell and I know it's a long time to dry, but seriously, if you paint a plane with enamel paint properly, you will get a pretty good finish. Johan Rorex will only use enamels. I know you do, mate, and some of the models you produce are brilliant. You think it's back on sale, do you? Is it? Someone check the website and see. On the Humbrol website, is enamel back? Because I thought that I thought that the supply was really poor for them at the moment. So a quick look, because I've got the Humbrol site here now. Humbrol enamel. No enamel on the website. There's the police. Cool, there's a madman around. Enamel. There's enamel thinners and enamel varnish gloss. So you can, yeah, that's what they've got on the website, is the enamel thinners and the enamel gloss spray stuff. But yeah, it's an anti-skin, and apparently it's now classed as carcinogenic. So yeah, there's not much I want to do on this kit tonight, really. I've done the engine bits, but it is nice to have a chat as well. So I'm going to use this one and do a video on the primers. It's a little mule to have a play with. And the sticky fingerprints and the long drying and the airbrush cleanup, Blair, no thanks. I'll stick with Tamiya, I think. Understand, but if you brush paint, I know of people who spray paint, and if they want a good finish, I know modelers who will only grab a hairy stick and paint the model with enamel. A client went to a show and had it there. Okay, fair enough. I mostly use Humbrol and get great results to me. It's all about the thinning. Exactly. Yeah, I give you that. But in response to that, the consistency of Humbrol paint is dire. Okay, so this is 19 and it doesn't move. It's thick. It doesn't move. Hang on. It doesn't move. It's thick. But you pick up the yellow, you can hear it. Listen. It's nice, right consistency, great. Pick up the red, hear that? Nothing, because it's solid as buggery. When you pour it out, it's like a turd coming out. It's thick as shit. It really is. But this one, perfect. So why can't they keep the consistency together? That's my issue. Hear that? And hear that. I'm doing the old Port Vale here. There you go. And that. It's solid. I don't know why. Consistency is the issue with the paints. Hi Ollie, 50/50, nice for you to join us. James Waller, needs to be thin, mate. I know it's be thin, but when you get a bottle like this, it's so thick, and you get this, you know that only a couple of drops of thinner and you can go with your airbrush. Sorted. But when it's this thick, it comes out like solid, and you're putting a thinner in, and then before you know it, you put too much belly thinner in. You know, it's just, that's what I'm saying about consistency. If they were all like that, you don't get that with Model Air. Hear that? Nice and thin. Whoops, Hataka. Nice and thin. You know, you just don't get it. It's It's poor, absolutely poor. But Humbrol know this, and the team are working very hard. Put the paint in first and add thinner with a dropper. Yes, I get that. But my point is that, you know, how can you dictate how much thinner you're using off the bounce? You know, when you say 50-50, 50-50 of this, 50-50 of this, it wouldn't be. It would be 70-30 because it's so thick. Yeah, the consistency is a problem. It is a problem, and it's been a problem for years. And I always blamed the fact that those jars that they give you, these things, was the reason. All right, this is the matte 78. It's actually good consistency, so I use them quite a bit just to top up. You know, when you spray something, then you top up after. I use that just to give it a bit more. But the original ones, have I got one here? Yeah. Here you go. Here's a classic example. These were dog shit. There's two ways of opening. You can open. Let's get rid of this so I don't ruin it. Hang on. If you do from the top, you can see. Look at that in there. Solid. Because it was never airtight. But there's two ways of opening. You can either open it with the lid by the flick lid, or you could unscrew it, which was my preferential way of doing it. So there's two ways of opening these things, but they just let air in, and they've been on the shelf for like 6 weeks, and they would have gone to shit. Noel Froggett, what thinners do you use? Good question. Tamiya and Mr. Hobby. I don't use. I've got some here. Let me just get it. I use this one as well, which is a good one. Airbrush Medium by Army Painter, War Paints. That's a really good one, that is. But it's not cheap, unfortunately. But yeah, X20A is my go-to. What have I done with it, by the way? Or is it down the side here? I'm just trying to find my X20A now. What have I done with that? Yeah, X20A and Mr. Hobby thinners as well. I use them too. What have I done with my acrylic? My X20A. Must be here somewhere, because I only used it last week. Nope. Not there. Must be the other side then. I don't have done with my X20A. It was here. I had it here. What have I done with that? If I put it up there out the way. No. Yeah, my room's a bit of a mess because I've had to move all my stuff out of the attic because we had a mould problem up there. So I've moved back into my office now to do with my workbench. So yes, just looking. The Humbrol team is probably on his tea break. I mainly paint Humbrol and Revel acrylics. They're easy to use and the finish isn't terrible, but good enough for me. Sometimes I even use starter set paint. Yeah, I can get that, definitely. I like Vallejo Model Air. No consistency. It's like the early Vallejo Model Air. No consistency or QC. Yeah, correct. Yeah. To be fair, the Humbrol acrylic produces really nice results despite that, I find. Yeah, I think you can. I think it's preferred. It's just, you know, what you prefer to use. I'm annoyed I can't find my X20A. I put it down somewhere, and now I can't find it in this office. What have I done with that? It's pretty well secure on there now. So what I need to do now is give this a coat of primer and then leave that to dry for 30 minutes. Give it, well, so be just a general dust coat of primer first. Leave that to dry for 15-20 minutes. Give it another coat. Leave that to dry for 10-15 minutes. And then give it one final blast and that should be all done. I'm happily finishing my Revel F22. How's that? Is that the Revel one? Is it? Yeah, Revel F22. Is it good? Is it a good kit? I don't know what happened, mate. I think I had a bit of a glitch on the old on the internet. I do have the Revel F15E Strike Eagle turn up. last week, which I should do a review on. But I'm not going to build it, but I'm just going to have a look. Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight. The internet's a little bit tetchy again, isn't it? The internet's a bit tetchy. But yeah, so there's the Concorde, looking pretty good. And hopefully we will be spraying this white by tomorrow. Be all sprayed white by tomorrow. And then we'll put the decals on. Ollie 5050, currently working on the Airfix Operation Herrick Land Rover. Good. What's that kit like? Is that any good? Is that the 130? Is that 130, 35, or is that the 172 scale? What scale was that one that you're working on? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think the internet went a bit tetchy. I don't know what's going on with the old internet. Just one thing I will do is just plug the old phone in. So if I plug the phone in, see if that helps at all. Right, he's plugged in. Put a new hamster in the router. All good. Yeah, tell me about it. Whoops, is that the cable there? It's is that in the way? That should have worked now. We've got some power in there. 48th isn't the op Herrick stuff. What is it then? It is 148. It's a pretty good kit. No major problems. It has been fun so far. Interesting. I know the Land Rovers that Airfix were producing for 1:72 scale aren't their own tool. They bought the tools in from a company called JB Models. And if you look on the Moz channel and search for Land Rover, you'll see the original boxing of that kit. Wonder if putting thinners on sausage butties means less calories. And on bacon. Oh, bacon sandwich. So yeah, going back to thinners, Tamiya X20A, Mr. Leveling thinners, which is what I was looking for, and I can't see it. So it must be upstairs. Ah, no, hang on. Aha. There you go. That's a good thinner as well, Mr. Colour thinner, but there's also Mr. Leveling thinner as well. But these are good stuff as well. These are, you can put this with most paints. I have got some Hitaka thinner, but I left out the Hitaka thinner and started using the X20A again because I thought it was a better thin rate. But this is good stuff as well. This Army Painter war paint stuff is pretty good. Like I said, I'll be doing a review of this stuff in the week and this one as well. So there you go. Other questions? Any other questions? Put them in the chat. And as I say, if you do want to become a channel member, it's £1.99 a month to become a channel member. And there's 3 tiers. There's the beginner set, there's the brush painter, and then the airbrusher. So starter set, brush painter, and then you've got airbrusher. So there's 3 tiers: £1.99, is it £4.99 and £8.99. And the members who are £8.99 get put into a prize draw, and they can win a model kit off me free of charge. I even send it as well. So yeah, it's all good. It's the Land Rover WMKIK, which came as part of the patrol and support set with a Lynx AH7 and British Infantry. Good, that's all right. What's going on with my phone tonight? It's a little bit tetchy, isn't it, the internet? I should be back in the room now, but I'll keep an eye on it anyway. So there you go. I haven't done much on this tonight, really. I've just been chatting about paint. So, but yeah, as I said, there's 3 tiers, and I just like to push the channel members. I want to give stuff back to the channels, to the people who watch in and come again to the channel, and so like doing the zines, giving away models and stuff that I get given, or buy for review, and then just get them pushed on. It's all good. Can you see me now? Am I all here? Anyone else? So, But yeah, so the engine's in there. So basically all I've got to do now is give this a coat of primer, 3 coats, dust coat, full coat, then a final coat, and this will be ready for the white gloss. Need to get Airfix to do 1 to 20. They won't do it. They won't do it. They won't do it. They won't do it. They just won't do it. I tell you, they just won't do it. Yeah, they're stuck with 172, 148, 1 to 144 on the excuse me, on the airline stuff, 1 to 35 scale and 1 to 32 scale on the cars, and 135 on the military tanks, on the armor. And then they do a handful of 1 to 24 scale planes, but that's it. They won't do cars. But which is the manufacturers do 1 to 24 scale cars? I thought the standard was 132 or 1 to 35. Revel do, yeah, Revel do, don't they? Yeah, Revel monogram, isn't it? It's 124 124th IST. It's 1 to 24th IST. What's IST? IST. Yeah. So look, I've got all this paintwork here and stuff I've got to get rid of. But consistency with paint is it. Oh, you do? Yeah, they do have a Bentley 112 scale, don't they? Yeah, it comes with the electric motor, doesn't it? The Ferrari and, yeah, F1 cars. Yeah, I do remember that now. Because the Jag that I built was 132 scale, if I remember rightly. Yeah, which I did all with spray paint as well. Yeah, we got to do more cars. I've got to say, on the bench here, I did start building the starter set Bugatti, but it's as far as I got. But I've got the red paint now, so I'll just give this a spray up with the red paint and then start building it up, I think. It's a bit of fun. Have I used Halford's plastic primer? No, but I've got a lot of friends who are die-cast restorers. Love it. They say they love it. Yep, I have those and hundreds more kits and bits. With 8 on the go, a surprise. Just released in Vintage Classic range. Yes, it was. I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. 1 to 24 scale. Anyways, right. Hiya, Rascal Hobbies. Nice for you to join us. But yeah, that's really much I'm going to do. So I've got to now put the primer on the side, but they've got the engines in. Get the primer on there. Leave that to dry overnight. Or do the 3 coats. I got, what was it, 5 to 10. I do the first coat in 5 minutes. That gives me 10:15. Do another coat. Then do another coat then at like 30:30 or 25 to 11. And then do the final coat at 11 o'clock and leave it to harden overnight. That's what I might do. That's the plan for this one. But yeah, not much to build on this one because this is it now, really. We're coming to the final stages now of putting all this on and then going into all the little bits then here. Put the decals on. Put the decals on. Oh yeah, by the way, somebody said, where's that little tool gone? There you go. Apparently, that tool there, if you look, is they used to, before, Airfix used to. That's what I was told. Interesting bit. There's interesting information here for you. This is for the decals. So what you would do is paint the plane up, not stick it together, right? Put the decals on, okay, and then punch the holes with this tool, and then put the glass in and then glue it. And then you glue the two fuselage halves together, then finish off with a top coat. That's what that tool is there for, allegedly. That's what I was told in the comments. So I found that very interesting. So and also the instructions do actually have the decals on the models. You see that? So the decals are on the model already, and then you basically punch the holes through, put the door in. So yeah, it doesn't quite make sense, but that's what it is. But now what Airfix have done is give you the windows. Oh, is that gone again? The windows, like so. So you got the windows there and the windows there, depending on which one. I'm gonna go for the silver ones because I think it looks better. No, I build race cars mostly and use Halfords primer so I can use car paints. Fair enough. But do you find that the Halford stuff is better on the steel work, on the die-cast work, than it is on plastic? Remember, paints do bite, don't they? Paints do react to the plastic. That's why, you should really prime all your models before you start messing around with lacquers and stuff. That's the theory behind it, anyway. So, but that's what that little tool is. I've got told in the chat. So, but anyways, I think that's about it for tonight. Was it 10 o'clock? Give me time to put a coat of the old army painter on this, and I'll let you know how it looks, and I'll do a review on it, which is cool. Anyways, I think that's it. Thanks all for watching. Much obliged. You spend an hour with me doing basically nothing but talk about paints, but I enjoy talking to you. I should do a bit more of these, really, and I will get others coming up. We'll get the old StreamYards going. And we'll do like challenges, do like group builds and stuff like that. That'd be a good idea. Or just have a model talk night while we're chatting. That'd be good fun, wouldn't it? Anyways, thanks for watching. Remember, channel memberships below. Start from £1.99 and you become a channel member, and you get all the perks, and you can even talk to me proper and have a chat with me online. Because that's the idea. We'll be having the members will have their own live streams where we'll be chatting, behind closed doors, but the members will get the chance to chat and whatever, which is good. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate your time. If you like the video, just click like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And just ring that bell and select all, and you'll be notified of all new videos. Thanks all for joining me. Goodbye, Sarah. Goodbye, Noel. Goodbye, Mr. Bird. Goodbye, Kits and Bits. Goodbye, Plastic Alchemists. Goodbye, Noel. And Celtic West, and whoever's been watching. I really appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you soon. God bless all, and have a good week.